Am I interrupting? Oh, please do go on. My acceptance of your fine troops ranks can wait until all have said their piece. Kupo? Guards, get this. No. You leave him right there. You accept him into your troop immediately. Montblanc. My name is Montblanc. Denizen of Damascus Desert, seeker of thrills, adventurer extraordinaire. But you may call me Montblanc, Kupo. Damascus has long been known as a melting pot for myriad cultures, where minor races such as the Sikh, the Bonga, and the Vira might live in relative harmony with Hur, Elizin, and others. Is Montblanc from 12? Yet there is no record of a prominent Mughal population. Most likely because we are neither prominent nor populous. My people are nomadic by nature, ever drawn to the elusive frontier and the freedom she promises, Kupo. Mughal? Of course I'm a Mughal, Kupo. You'd think the adorable wings and the fluffy fawn would have given it away. Now, about my admission to the Majestic... I will learn no such thing. The Majestic's the Empire's premier theater company. We will not sully its good name by granting refuge to a fluttering ball of fur. Dude, think of how many tickets you could sell with that thing acting on your stage. Now shut your face. And furthermore, how in the world does this abomination board the Prima Vista in the first place? He's Montblanc. He does what he wants. And now what he wants to do is run away to Elma. By means of his wings, right, I guess. As for admission to our company, I do not seem to recall race, creed, or allegiance on my list of prerequisites. Do you? No, father. Very well then, Montblanc. What is it exactly that calls you to the stage? Our stage. What else? The Zodiac Brave story, Kupo. Never before have I witnessed something so amazing, so moving. Sitting, well, technically hovering there in the audience as the story unfolded around me, I knew I was witnessing something special, something positively transcendental, Kupo. It was then that I realized I either had to be a part of it, or go to my grave a bitter and broken Mughal. Was this realization before or after you simply had to become the realm's greatest Marauder, Kupo? There's another one! Bertie, how did you... Perhaps you'd have more success at running away if you didn't reveal your grand designs to every other fool you happened to meet, Kupo. Was it not but 20 nights ago you took up the axe, Kupo? Now here you are professing your passion for the stage before carving even a single notch in your haft. Do you remember? To he who turns the butter goes the sweetest bread. But how is one to savor said buttered bread if his head is in the belly of a fearsome beast? You accuse me of giving up when I merely came to the realization that continuing would end in failure. Only through a change of course could I reach my final destination, Kupo. And what destination is that? Mummer? Are you sure it is not Geomancer? Arithmetician? Templar? Do not bother answering, Kupo. We all know you'll be singing a different tune come cockcrow. That is where you are mistaken, Hurdy. I was destined to be a thespian. I can feel it in my fur. The role of Delita was made for me. Made for me, Kupo. I might be slightly delusional, but carry on. Kupo, enough! The actors in our company trained at the Empire's finest institutes. They represent the pinnacle of the profession, not only in Garlemald, but across the entire world. A vagrant batmole like Ramza? Take that back right now. That is a Mughal. What the fuck is this batmole bullshit? Take it back. never hoped to share a stage with such artists, let alone play the part of a hero like Delita. You yourself admitted you were too craven to face a solitary beast. How do you imagine you would fare against a pack of theater critics? Any troop would need proof of valor before it could even consider. That is a Moogle. That is Mont Blanc the Moogle. Craven? Call me a cheat and call me a cur, but do not, sir, call me Craven. I accept your challenge. Slay but one vile beast by my own hand, and the Majestic Theater Company will accept me into its ranks, Koopa. Wait, I issued no such... You are all here to witness, Koopa. When I return with the head of a terrible beast in my gore-stained hands, you will be honor-bound to welcome me, Mont Blanc the Mummer, into the fabled ranks of the Majestic. Good day! Wonderful. What do we do now? What do we do? We do nothing. If that Batmole wishes to throw himself on the horns of a stampeding Zoe, I will not stand in his way. Ramza, if you keep calling Moogles Batmoles, I will leave you in the nearest ditch. Throw you to the next boss. I believe the proper term of derogation is molebat, and I should warn you, Moogles do not take kindly to those who use it. There's no such thing as a proper term of derogation. There may be a common usage. There is no such thing as a proper. Why must you always put yourself above others, brother? Do you learn nothing from Argus' wretched example? Mont Blanc would never have set off on this fool errand had you not made the challenge. If anything befalls my brother, his blood will be on your hands. You're the only one of us capable of locating Mont Blanc and preventing disaster. On behalf of my brother, I beg your assistance. Brother can be rather simple-minded when it comes to such matters. Thinking to impress the Warrior of Light and his companions, Mont Blanc would likely choose the scene of your recent exploits to prove his worth. Meaning Rabanastra, if I am not mistaken. Pardon my language, but that Ramsa really is an uncurable little prick, is he not? How dare he speak to his sister in the Moogle in that manner? Couldn't decide which was worse. The things he said or the way the principal sat back and let him say them. But I suppose it is none of our concern. For now, let us concentrate on the task at hand. Finding that Moogle before he does something we'll all regret. Let's say we start nearby. Pier 2, perhaps? I don't know if I would agree that it's not our concern. I will agree that Ramsa is a little prick. Where is Pier 2? That's Pier 1, Pier 2. I'm confused. Okay. Why is it marked like... Oh, that's why that's marked there. Okay. Pier number 2, closest to it is Miqo'te. Doo-doo. Falcon Porter tells us that he sent a traveling blacksmith away to Yansha, not a Belpast. And why would that be of interest to us, you ask? It said peddler of iron and steel was seen to be carrying a bag stuffed to the brim with, and I quote, albino mole fur and purple bat wings. Mont Blanc. Not that we look like that, Kupo. Quickest route into Alaska is via the One River and its western tributaries. If Mont Blanc is bound for Arbor Nostra, he will take passage from the Glittering Basin. And the Glittering Basin is where now? Ah, down there. So jump up to Namai. Is it bad that I'm kind of hoping Ramza gets possessed and I get to punch him in his big dumb face? Do 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 do. Burb. Found you, Mont Blanc. Oh, a red chocobo. Sturdy little buggers. That hit me how? Can you stop dropping random Choco Meteor? Done? Blanc, what were you thinking? Any idea what you put your brother through? He's been worried sick. Birdie and Ramza were right all along. I am a failure, a flop, a flailing, flapping, foppish failure, Kupo. How could I play the part of a hero if I cannot even ruffle the feathers of a single measly bird? The audience would see right through me like the spineless jellyfish I am. Now wait, Mont Blanc. Not everyone can be a hero. Not even most heroes. Yes, the bards sing of the man who deals the final blow, but what of his cadre of loyal companions? Do you think Delita united Ivalice on his own? Do you think Archon here was alone when he liberated Alamigo? Never alone. If you are, that's probably a problem. Never alone? So you're saying that you'll always be there for me, for Mont Blanc? I think he was speaking metaphorically. Let us not dwell on the details. The day is saved, and Mont Blanc has escaped sans scratch or singe to show for it. We should return to the Prima Vista before our luck runs out. Okay, bye. Back to Gugane. I don't need that. Yes, let me back on. The ship is a place of peace. At least my sister will answer to me. When the cat's away. That damn old thing down, Ramsa. You're not helping matters. No quarrel with you or yours. Only seek aid in finding our leader, Bagamnon. Seek our help? You threatened to kill my father? Stole his work and made it fools of us all? Never. Silence, Ramza. They have Alma. We'll hear what they have to say. As I said, we have no quarrel with you. We only did what was necessary to secure an audience. We surrender our weapons and offer your journal as an act of good faith. This is all rather a lot to digest, but her claims do coincide with what we have learned about the Arasite. Saying that Crystal did something to our captain? After being emptied of Argos' will, the Duma sought that of another to sate its appetite for other. Saying the crystal ate our captain? Not his body, no. Only his soul. His soul? Tell me, what in your opinion was your leader's deepest desire? What was he that he longed for above all else in the world? I waste our breath reasoning with these lizards. They showed themselves for the beasts they are when they put a knife to your throat. Ramza, go sit in the corner. The adults are talking. Of course, no bats. No lizards? This one's tongue is pure poison. Yeah, I noticed that. Boy can call us what he pleases. For our past failings, we deserve no better. Failings? 30 summers have come and gone, yet not a night goes by that I do not wake in sweat at the memory. There were Fusiliers in the Damascan army, stationed in the royal stronghold at Nalbina. Nalbina fortress was reputed to be impenetrable. Its fall to the 4th Legion proved a turning point in the Imperial campaign, dealing a crushing blow to Dalmascan morale and ultimately marking the beginning of the kingdom's end. Bagamnon was our captain, and once it was clear that the day could not be ours, Prince Razler, commander of the garrison Nalbina, tasked him with one final mission. Our unit was to escort His Highness's twin sister, the Princess Ashelia, away from the fortress and thence to safety. But things did not go as planned. Still remember the words she uttered as she lay dying in the captain's arms. But a stone's throw from where the Garam Scythe waterway drains into the sea. Even as the fog of death descended upon her, she smiled and told us the very people who had failed her to survive, for as long as even a single Damascan stood, our nation would never truly perish. But it should not have been us who survived. By failing to protect our charge, we betrayed the princess in her memory, and brought shame upon our race. So yes, we are not but cold-blooded lizards deserving whatever scorn you deign to heap on us. If that's what it said, then yeah. I think we may safely assume a deep-seated hatred towards the invaders of his homeland, coupled with self-loathing born from a sense of powerlessness. The darkness that lurks in the heart of Bagamnon is little different from that which drove Argath. Self-same emotions that were to nourish the Duma. Stop speaking in riddles, Charlian. She's saying your brave captain will eventually turn into a monster. Or rather, more of one. In the corner, the adults are talking. Garlean lies. What they say is true. If we do not find Bagamnon and the Duma soon, none of us are safe, present company included. You have any idea where he might have gone? Any at all? Wait, look at this. Something was been added to the final page of my journal. The captain must have put it there. Only he had access to it. Till we found in the pack he left behind, that is. Is this Dalmascan? Indeed. Indeed it is. It says Ridorana. The lighthouse? Why would he write that? In the old man's journal, no less. There is a place on the Velnard Sea, far to the south of Rabanastra, where the ocean tumbles into a gaping maw more than a mile across. The Ridorana Cataract. Legend would have us believe that it is the entrance to the Hell of Water. Many a scholar seeking to prove otherwise has descended into the chasm. Some even by airship, but not a one has returned. I must admit to knowing little of Ridorana save that which Lady Miqo'te shared with us. Before we expend valuable time and resources traveling to so remote a place, I must review my notes and see if there's any mention of the Abyss. We shall say our findings as soon as we learn aught of interest. I love the props that are in the process of being built around here. Like all the theater supplies. Studies reveal that Ridorana is the name of both the massive gap in the South Valnod Sea, the lighthouse once manned by the Royal Damascus Navy to prevent ships from succumbing to the cataract's currents. I stress once manned, as the tower has lain empty since its candle keeps abandoned their posts after the fall of Rabanastra. What if Sirius offers any indication of what can befall the lighthouse in the absence of its caretakers? Yes, but the real question is... all of this ties in with evolution legend. Cursory examination of the Zodiac Brave story reveals no mention of a Ridorana. And it seemed foolish to assume a name could not change in the centuries since the tale was writ. So I thought to cross-reference texts on modern Ilsabardian history with our translations of the Durai papers. And after an exhaustive re-examination of my ancestors' notes, I discovered that there was not a single entry on Ridorana. And while mention of the Valnod Sea was abundant, I found no reference whatsoever to any cataract or lighthouse within its waters. If they execute on all 11 minigames to a sufficient level, it has the potential to be a really interesting and good game. Ramsa's discovery prompted me to examine the mystery from a different perspective. What if there's no mystery at all? What if, at the time of Delita's rise, the chasm did not yet exist? There is more, but only a visit to this lighthouse will enable us to confirm our theories with any certainty. I'm being hypercritical at this point, I fully understand that. Like, there's every reason to believe that that they can execute to an acceptable levels on 11 existing genres. The Ridorana lighthouse lies far from civilization. You'd be wise to provision for the trip here in Hingashi. Adventure always comes prepared, of course.